Thank you all for joining me for today's Healing Qigong, the first part of our Sacred Sunday. My name is Christopher. I'm one of the educators here at Yoga Farm Ithaca, and it is such a joy to share these Sunday morning classes with you. This has been ongoing for more than 6 years now, first in person and then more recently live streamed in multiple locations to open up these healing practices to anybody who would care to join. The movement classes are designed to be accessible and playful and uplifting. They're done mostly standing up. You may want to have a chair nearby for a brief meditation at the end. And we will keep the class to the shorter side. Qigong classes usually aren't as long as a yoga class, maybe around 40 minutes or so. And this is suitable for anybody who is new to practice or recovering from injury or seeking a refreshing start to their Sunday. So let's get started, shall we? We can come to stand. I invite you to refresh the air in the room by opening a window, especially if you're in the Northeast where it is absolutely glorious outside. Sacred Sun Day indeed. We have had a week of amazing glimpse of summer. And then refreshing your inside by hydrating yourself. So take a few sips of water. Qigong is all about cultivating the awareness of, the circulation, and the bringing in of qi. Qi is a word for life force energy. Life force energy is all around us, in the air, it's in our food, in the water we drink, it's influenced by our thoughts, and it's influenced by our body. So our practice today will be all about loosening and opening all the channels that energy can flow in, receiving, generating and receiving more of this life force energy and storing it, containing it in the body so that we can have a high energy day. How does that sound? If at any time you feel any discomfort or pain or any emotional arisings that you would like to pause the movement and be with yourself, please do, and connect again on the next one. And if you have any questions about the movements, the practices, or what you're experiencing, this is a free Zoom a class on Sunday mornings, and you're welcome to join on that platform and stay afterwards for questions. So let's come to stand. Making a little bit of room around you to the left and to the right. You can see I'm going to keep my chair nearby in case I'd like to use it to steady myself. Let the feet be a little wider than hip width apart and start to rub the hands. Rub, 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 rub. Change the way that you rub. Rub the backs of the hands, the wrists. The forearms, the elbows, all the way up to the shoulders and neck today. Moving your head and neck any way that feels good. Opening and closing your mouth. Good. And start shaking now. Shaking out a leg. Flexing the wrist, cracking the knuckles if they want to. And then start to shake the hands and bounce. Shaking one leg and the other, and then more of the bouncing. Take a deep breath in and let it out with a sigh. Ah. Deep breath in and out with a sigh. Ah. Ah. Good. All right. Let's welcome this day with an open heart, bringing the hands behind you with a big breath. And then as you exhale, the hands cross, you give yourself a hug, come up on your tippy toes, and release. And inhale, open wide, lean back slightly, exhale, cross, wrap, lift up, try to lift the center of your back to the ceiling, and big movement, big breath. Exhale, cross. Just breathe however feels lovely and natural for these warm-up movements. And cross and lift and release. And one more time, opening the chest and cross the arms, lift, look down, and relax. Good. You can bring the hands to the lower back and start making small circles with the hips. Breathing through the nose in any way that feels natural. Don't be over concerned with the breath as you let the circles become larger and larger. Don't be overly concerned with the breath, except that you're taking full deep breaths down into the fullness of your abdomen through the nose. That's the main breathing practice. Through the nose, full deep breaths. And then the circles start to become smaller once you've reached their fullness. And a little smaller. Good. And then tiny little circles right in the middle. And then start to make small circles the other way. Same thing, we'll spiral out and spiral in. One of the ways we open our body to receive fresh life force energy is through spirals. Kind of like if you were to wring out a sponge or a washcloth. It would be clean afterwards, ready for what's next. So once the circles are as big as they want to be, then they can start to become a little smaller. Very good. And a little smaller. And a little smaller. And then relax the hands. Hold still for a moment. Feel your body from the inside. Good. Now loop the shoulders up to the ears and down the back. Big circles. And then try to make those big circles the other way. Letting the breath out with a sigh anytime that would feel nice, if it's there. Otherwise, breathing through the nose. Life force energy or chi comes in on the breath, and then when the breath goes out, it is retained. It's like carried by the breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, nice and slow. Now with the hands in front of you, you can interlace the fingers and start to make circles with the hands, keeping the palms touching. So you're keeping the whole hand closed. Now, if you'd like to, you can come on one foot and also make circles with an ankle. And then that foot can come behind you and you can make some circles on the toes. And then shake it out. Now switch the interlace of the fingers to your non-habitual way, and then start to circle or make figure eights with the fists, keeping the palms touching. And then maybe the other foot floats up, just gently in front of you to circle the ankle. Relax your face. Let your eyes share the light of the sun. Blink a little bit. See if you've been gripping or grimacing in your face, and let your eyes sparkle. Why not? And then bring the toes down, and then you can circle the toes, keeping the hands going if you'd like. A little bit of coordination here, and then relax. And shake it out. Now we'll do a few different ones today. I've got a new one in the separating heaven and earth, a pillar movement. So we'll do the basic one first, and then a little bit later we're going to do a new one that I know you're going to love. That's really about bringing the earth and the sky energy together in the body. So that's what we'll be working on today. We're opening the channels, and then we're bringing the energy from above, the sky, the sun, the stars, that yang, masculine energy, and the energy from earth, growth and healing and nurturing and stability. And we'll bring them together into this very body today. So first, heaven and earth, pressing the palms apart, looking up at the other hand. Let's exhale through the middle and inhale into the extension. And it's okay to really press down and press up, almost like you're holding them apart. Chi energy sometimes feels like the magnets, or magnets can attract and magnets can repel. Both are part of magnetic forces. So right now we're breathing in, separating heaven and earth. Lengthening through your waist. See if you can stretch from the outside of the foot all the way up to your hands. And breathe in, and then you can look forward or you can look up. All right, good, and relax. Between them, we'll do a single bringing in the chi. And what we do for this is we reach out the hands up, and you try to reach way up. You might even come up on the tippy toes, and you do one of them like consciously gathering. So it's like this. And then and relax. The next one is the wise owl looks behind. So the hands are spiraling now. We're doing this kind of movement, full inward spiral and outward spiral. And then you look over your shoulder as you lengthen up, and then come on back to the front, turning the hands the other way, bending the knees a little, and then looking over the opposite shoulder. And exhale back to the front, and inhale over the shoulder, and exhale. Letting that twist, the whole body is wringing out now. The arms are wringing out, and your body from the back of the heels up through the legs and the hips and into your back, looking over the shoulder. Breathing in as you turn and relaxing to the front. And here we go. Gather the chi. We're not so much moving the chi as we are allowing. Like if you were at the beach and you dug a hole in the sand, and then the next time the water came in, it would naturally fill that hole. There's no effort to fill the hole with water. The effort is in making the space for it. So when we make some space and then we gather the chi, it's like the rushing of the water into the space. All right. Another one for the spine, spinal cord breathing. Inhale, arching back, and exhale, tucking the tail in, rounding the back. And this is a cranial sacral practice, and we're moving spinal fluid up and down the back. This is very good for the back. Always working within a comfortable range of motion so that nothing hurts, please. And then once again, check your face. Are you gripping or grimacing or letting worry lines exist? Let's not worry about what we can't control in this moment. It's time to be with the self. So blink your eyes a few times to let them brighten. Let the light of the sun be welcome here. Sigh it out. Let's keep wringing the body out. So we're going to open to a twist. Same move, turning to the side on the inhale as you lift up. Exhale back to the front. Inhale to the other side. Twists are very good for your back. And back to the front and relax. And here we go, allowing in that healing energy that's ready. Lift up, maybe tippy toes, and then with a conscious exhale, imagining that chi is now filling some more space. And as a response, you can smile. And then step one foot open to the side and the other foot turns out and start to bend and straighten the knees. Whenever we're doing the practices that are in horse stance, you can come down as far as you're able to without your body tilting forward. So you're trying to stay upright with your natural curves in your back, and otherwise coming down as far as you can, feeling those thighs start to work. Start to move left and right, using your hands on your thighs as you sway. Noticing some spaciousness that's in your back now, after the opening practice that we've done so far. And then once you've come down as far as you'd like, you can turn one shoulder down and twist once again. And the other way. And the other way. All right. Now coming back up, we'll do one from our current set. Those of you who are in our Healing Qigong are in the Mighty Forest set. So we'll do drawing the bow. So it's as if energy for releasing the arrow from the bow can come up from the earth. So try just that. Like you're bending the knees, and then it's as if you can gather something precious. So the fingers are separated and they're energized about 30%. So they're not relaxed and they're not tense. There's an in-between where they're active. And then gather it in. And then as you turn to one side, you make an L shape with your fingers and draw the bow back, opening across the top of the chest. Looking to the distance, and then releasing the hands, and then we gather in for the next one, going the other way. So an L shape, keep the elbow of the back lifted, and let the chest open up. As you extend, release, focus, and then all at once is that release. Inhale, look to the side, focus. And then come on up. Inhale. Keep going at your own pace. It's one breath cycle. So the exhale is the release, extend, and then the inhale is the gather through the nose. And then focus, extend, release, gather. Going as slow as you can with your breath so it's comfortable. And then see if you can feel the energy inside this movement. Lightly engage the perineum as you draw energy in from the earth. And then tune within completely. The outside world vanished. Be 100% in this movement for the last few. One more on each side. And come to stand. Inch the feet in. Step in. Reach up with an engaged body. And then relax. As the hands come to rest comfortably at the side, bring your attention to the palms. There's a breathing practice called two-gate breathing. Imagine your palms are gates or gateways for energy to flow into your body. And bring all your attention and breathe into your palms. Notice your hands. Feel within. And relax. Let's shake it out. Shake the fingers, shake the hands. All right, so a new one. This one's for Earth and sky. It's another one in the separating heaven and earth. This one is from the 8 trigram nature Qigong that we'll be doing in person this summer. For those of you that are interested in coming out for July 1st and 2nd, we dive into these 8 practices that are about all the energies of nature and finding the right balance within for optimum health. So we do this one in that horse stance. We separate the feet, turn them out. It's fine to keep pretty high up, and the feet are wider than the shoulder width. That's how it becomes a horse stance. And then let's pretend as if there's energy in front of our body and that we have some ability to feel it. Let's practice just this for a moment. So take one hand and turn it all the way inward and outward like you're painting the outside of a ball. So explore the full range of motion in all directions that hand can do, as if there's a ball in front of you and you're rubbing your hand around the whole surface of it. Okay, even behind it and underneath and in front of it and to the sides. Notice how your wrist is doing full inward and outward rotations as you connect with the whole surface. And then try the other hand. So your palm is always on the ball as your hand moves all the way around it. And the wrist and the hand are doing full inward and outward rotations to get to all sides, around to the underside, like both directions, like to the back, to the underside, to the front. That's how we work with the chi ball. And then when you're doing it with 2 hands, the hands are always facing each other. And again, 30% energy in the hands. So they're not hanging and they're not tense. And then you can start to explore both hands always facing each other. Okay, and like it starts to become a little more tangible, right? And then from here, I'll mirror you. So you can let the left hand come underneath and the right hand on top. The upper hand is at the level of the solar plexus, and the underneath hand, your left, is right below the navel. So it's kind of small. And then here's the move. We expand the chi ball until you're at the pubic bone and the breastbone. And then we turn the hands apart. Now the shoulder that's on the lower hand comes in as they press apart. So it's fully like this. There's a twist, and both hands are away from each other. And then we start to lean forward. Both hands turn inward and reach as far as you can and gather energy up. Both hands are lifting up. And then the top hand turns as we contain the energy we've just gathered. Okay, so we'll try the other side. Now your right hand will be on the bottom. So it's an expand and then turn out the palms so they're facing away from each other. That shoulder comes forward and then reach as far as you can as the hands start to scoop. So the hands turn and we scoop it up into the center of the body and then sink back down as the hands come close to each other, wrapping around that ball again. We'll just try a few. Doesn't matter which side you're on, it's perfectly mirrored. Hands press apart, reach forward as the hands turn in, scooping it up, and then the top hand turns so the palms are facing each other. We expand and then turn out the hands, reaching down and up at the same time. And then as far as you can reach forward, maybe way forward, because there's plenty here to gather in. And both hands float up and then inhale to expand, exhale, reach apart. Inhale, hand sweeps forward. Exhale, hands compress. So 2 inhales, 2 exhales. Inhale, expand, hands turn out. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, gather, palms lifting it up, and exhale, get low. Inhale, expand. Exhale. Do a few on your own, and don't come too far forward if it's not good for your back today. And if you can engage your core strongly and reach forward, that's a fine way to practice too. Get all inside this one now. There's nothing else but the mingling of sky chi and earth chi, the mixing, bringing it out, making space. Mother Earth, Father Sky, I welcome you in to heal me. Doing one or two more if you're feeling good with this one, or stopping anytime you'd like. Hmm. Whew. And then inch the feet together, step them together, and close the exercise. Palms up, reach up, lift up, exhale. Knees be soft, the shoulders be relaxed, the hands be wherever they fall. Two-gate breathing, breathing in and out of the hands. And then as the breath starts to move, let the hands move in and out. We'll do baby bird fly, and then flying dove spreads its wings. So two flying meditations, letting this fresh energy that you've welcomed in to start to move your body. So baby bird flying is in very big movements. Baby bird doesn't go far. Leading with the wrists as the arms float up and down and your body is swaying. So you're coming heels to toes. The knees are a little bit bent. Breathing through the nose. and letting there be as little effort as possible. So it's the opposite of the last one. You can try to front, like the wings are going forwards and backwards. And there's a little sway in the body here as well. Listening to your breath, moving with the breath, moving with the chi. And then stepping 1 foot forward and 1 foot back, continuing with this flying energy, now shifting forward and back. So the toes lift on the front foot as the leg straightens, and then you shift forward and the heel lifts. Keep relaxing the shoulders intentionally. And this one is called Flying Dove Spreads Its Wings. Gracefully moving forward. The inhale is back. The exhale is forward. Through the nose. And then think about, don't do it yet, think about switching sides. How could your feet change without interrupting your flight? What does that look like? Where's the movement of the inhale and the exhale? Is it a step forward or a step back as you bring your feet together? Go ahead anytime you're ready. Now you're on the other side. Relax the shoulders even more. How little can you do here? Allowing the rocking and the swaying and the wave-like movement of your body to fly you, so you're not doing the flying. And relax. And then reach up and bring it down. And the last move before our meditation will be the Qi shower. So bring your hands up. You can look at your hands and imagine that they are energized, full of healing energy. And then we just brush the whole body out. So you're brushing out the eyes, the forehead, the face. Imagine you can smooth out, brush off anything ready to go. The head, scalp, the back of the neck. And then brush down both sides of the arm, down to the hand. Brush down the inside, down to the fingers like you're flicking something off. Shake it out. Brush down the other arm, outside and inside. And then from the sternum down, brush off the chest and the hips. And then the outside of your body, lift one arm and come down from the armpit as far as you can reach. Brush that off. And the other one, brush that off. And then the hips, the fronts of the legs, brush it down. Back up, the sides of the legs, brushing down. Coming back up, the backs of the legs. And then rest your hands on your feet for a moment. Breathe in. And then walk your hands up your legs. And for meditation, you can stand in a high horse stance, relaxing your hands. You could come to lie down if your back is sore today, or you could come to sit comfortably in a chair. We'll do the calming the heart exercise one time. Reach the hands out to the side, kind of like we did before, except this time as they rise up, you wrap the fingers around the thumbs, making fists, and then come down in front of you to rest on your thighs. Hold still, take 5 deep breaths. And then relax the hands. And imagine the air and sky above you is filled with a golden white light. This light is floating down, and you are willing to receive it. So the crown of your head opens, and this white light starts to wash you clean and refill you. Fills your forehead and your ears. Your eyes start to be filled with light. They can be opened or closed, doesn't matter. The golden white light tugs at the corners of your mouth, and they smile. And there's even a smile between your eyebrows at the same time. And this golden light is filling your neck and your shoulders, down to the arms and the hands. Notice your hands feel warm and light and tingly. The hips and the legs are all filling with light. Your ankles and feet. And then in silence, nice and slow, stay with this process for a few more minutes, letting this gold and white light come down from above and be welcome as you scan and clear top to bottom at a nice, comfortable pace on your own. Relaxing completely, letting go all of your efforts, embracing the space within. And you're welcome to stay here a little while longer, to lie down and rest, to silently go outside for a little fresh air. If you'd like to close practice with me, bring your closed fist to an open palm and bring them together. And I thank you for joining me this morning for practice. And I look forward to seeing you again in class soon.